Director Gakad.
Some question?
Yeah, thank you, Board.
Just direct the question to the chair.
Yes.
If
Mr.
we are
Chair,
going to allow the response of Attorney Gakad. If that
Okay.
is all right, Attorney Anda?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Board and Director Gakad, my question is, kung sa mga act nakalagay naman sa Section 2, at alam to ni Director na kailangan i-save, nakalagay din po, okay na po, nakalagay din, sir, sa Section 19, Director, na prohibited ang mining sa old-growth forest, protected area, critical watersheds, and other laws. Okay. So, ang tanong po, i-refer ko po kayo, Director, Mr. Chairman, doon sa Section 9, binanggit ko na po ito sa I-Civics 11. So, gusto ko ipakita kay Director na sa videong ito, natural na gubat po ito, Director. So, na nasa SEPLO. So, ang tanong ko po, ito bang Section 19 ng Mining Act ay kinoconsider ninyo bago kayo mag-entertain ng applications? Oh, yes. Pwede po ba?
Attorney Anda.
Ang yun ang tanong, if they are conscious of Section 19 of the Mining Act that prohibits mining in old-growth forests, critical watersheds, sanctuaries, wildlife sanctuaries, mangrove areas, protected areas, and other laws prohibited, and other laws which provide for that. And I refer to the SEP law.
Thank you. Are you willing to answer? R.D. Gakad.
Mr. Chairman, as I said, I was not, my representation here is not to debate. I will answer it this way. Whatever is indicated in the guidelines, we follow that. Okay. If there is a question of anyone as to the process, then it has to be raised in the proper forum, not here. I hope you can also respect that, because we came here to respond to your request for comments on the moratorium and not to debate on all of these things. We will answer it in the proper forum if there is such an issue that will be raised to us accordingly. I hope you can also respect that.
Yes, I am. That's why I'm asking your permission to answer, because Attorney Anda is would want to ask some question. Attorney Anda.
Okay, so if he's not, and I respect that, and I'm just showing him a video of Bulanjau here, taken a drone shot. That's clearly natural forest. Kung ayaw ni good director na tumalakay po, then allow me na lang, Mr. Chairman, to make manifestations, because this is not to debate.
Yes, Attorney Anda, you have the floor to manifest
so
something.
I humbly submit this as one of the resource persons. First po, I think all the board members are aware that the laws protect old-growth forests. At ang nickel mining natin ay sa natural na gubat po. At hanggang sa ngayon, hindi maliwin lang po na itinalakad din ni Regional Director kung nasukat na ba ang old-growth forest sa Palawan. Makatarungan lamang nasukatin yon. Di ba po? Kasi prohibited by law So, ito, yung video nandirito, I think that should be a very strong basis for the provincial board that our laws, sayang naman yung batas. Now, on the matter po of footprint, with all due respect, 0.67% is part of an ecological network. Kahit 0.67% ang footprint, pag natutol ka 52,000 trees. Yung video ko ngayon, sa Batarasa, 52,000 trees Kung sinasabi ng Ipilan, 6,000 trees sila. Libo-libo yun, honorable board members. Ngayon, that's 0.67%, meron niyang consequences. Okay? At nabanggit na nga kanina ni Board Member Arsaga, yung siltation, sediments. So I think that to me po, honorable members, is very, very important. Na while we say 0.67%, the reality on the ground is impacts can have also a multiplier effect. Tingnan natin yung lobster fry fishers ng point. Some of them are our clients. Displaced na sila. Hindi na sila makapagtrabaho ngayon. At ang sinasabi, nandun ang wharf ng Minahan. Dinideny yun. Now, if you go to NARA, pending case there, hindi pa nare-rehabilitate. So, ang tanong ko po, responsible mining tayo in the last, sabihin na natin 30 years. Kung rehabilitation ang ipinapakita natin ay pagtanim ng 4.5 million trees ng isang kumpanya, is that 4.5 million trees already as big as the trees that they cut at they are cutting now? Na bahagi noon ay old growth forest. Nasasagot ba yan ng multipartite monitoring team? Ang sinabi ni Director, Honorable Chair, dapat may area clearance. So kung may area clearance, dapat pag old growth forest yan, natural forest at protected area, hindi na dapat po sila mag-entertain ng mining applications. Kasi maliwanag po yan sa Section 19 ng Mining Act. Kaya, di ba po, sir? But it bothers us. Kaya nga, pero kung sino po magbibigay ng clearance? Kaya nga po. Ang point nga doon, yes, we question the process. By the time we question the process, sir, the cutting has already been done. So, ang problema, hindi ba nakakapagsalita itong likas yaman ng punong kahoy at wildlife? So, ang aming manifestation is, I think it is important that the moratorium on environment is in place because it gives space. Kailangan magpahinga, kailangan ng spasyo ng kalikasan na nasira na at sisirain pa. Kasi ang nickel mining in Palawan requires removal of trees and wildlife. Yan po yung uri ng nickel mining. Hindi man ito gold. So are you say, we are trying to protect forests and wildlife for the future. That is the reason. Because at the moment, libo-libo ng punong kahoy. Ang isang katutubo, makaputol lang ng 2, kulong. Yung kaso ng Sama, sa Mindoro, that reached the Supreme Court. 2 dita trees, convicted yung katutubo. Buti na reverse ng Supreme Court because of IPRA law. But imagine, 2 dita trees compared to how many thousands of trees. And I think, kung rehabilitation po, details are very, very important to look into. Kasi, kung pagpapanumbalik ba ang pagtanim ng 200 hectares ng coffee? Diba po? As a manifestation. If let's say a company in Batarasa has an MPSA for 990 hectares and they will rehabilitate, okay, they're saying rehabilitated na ang 300 hectares, okay, 60 years na yan, at ang rehabilitation area mo ay 200 hectares ba ang coffee? Hindi ako sure kung rehabilitation, but is that scientifically and technically appropriate? Kasi pag ipapanumbalik mo, dapat sa dating anyo. Yun ang sabi ng batas eh. You restore the environment to its original state sa kauna-unahan niyang estado. Ngayon, hindi man natin nakikita yan. Yung last point ko po, yung economics. Kasi I was looking at the data of tourism. Okay, I respect that there are revenues from mining, but tourism also had 760 billion from 2024. So let us not also forget that agriculture and fisheries also contribute. Okay? I respect the data, and I think importante yung economics because at the moment, na-compute ba natin yung mga magsasakang nawalan ng basakan? Yung mga mangingisda, hindi pa nako-compute yung board. Kasi nagrereklamo sila eh. Kaya nga ang tanong namin, kung ang MMT nagsasabi na pasado sila, maganda po, ang last kong recommendation outside of the moratorium is mag-dialogue tayo at magbilang. Bilangin natin yung mga apektadong magsasaka at mangingisda. Nandito yung iba sa kanila. Kasi alam ko yung mga scholars, they will always push and I respect it. But at the moment, maraming nagrereklamo at ayaw na namin ng dagdag na kaso at trabaho. Pero wala eh. Never ending ang reklamo board. And therefore, that is the wisdom, additional basis for the moratorium. That we give space, bigyan ng panahon mag-aral, tasahin, tingnan kung may mananagot, dapat. Kasi sa ngayon, wala po eh. I'm just manifesting an additional basis. The law itself, the Mining Act, our Growth Forest, the SEP law, and scientific studies. Now, with all due respect, Director Gakad, I can also see the perspective of MGP, that you want to spur economic growth. But Palawan, sabi na nga ng board members, is unique. So, kung kakaiba tayo, ang tanong is dapat lang na mapag-aralan po ng gusto. So the studies are existing but are not sufficient to establish the extent of impacts of ang sinasabing 0.6%. So we have to look into the ecological network of these impacts. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.